Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving headfirst into one of the biggest, most anticipated shows of the entire year, WWE Survivor Series, War Games 2025. The card for this event is absolutely stacked, a who's who of wrestling royalty. We're talking about massive names like CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, the returning AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, and so many more. In this video, we're not just looking at the card, we're breaking down every single major match and giving you our full, in-depth predictions for how it's all going to go down. This is the calm before the storm, so let's get right into it. First up, the spectacle, the chaos, the main event, the men's War Games match. This is easily the biggest match of the night, and the teams are just insane. On one side, we have Team Punk and Rhodes, which features CM Punk and Cody Rhodes teaming up with the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, and the newly reunited brothers, Jay and Jimmy Uso. Just think about that lineup for a second. This is a super team of veterans, multi-time world champions, and a family unit with years of unparalleled chemistry. The star power alone is off the charts. They represent experience, strategy, and a history of main event dominance. On the other side of the steel cage, we have Team Lesnar, and this team is all about one thing: pure, unadulterated destruction. It's led by the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, and he's joined by the social media megastar Logan Paul, the Scottish warrior Drew McIntyre, the powerhouse Braun Breaker, and the colossal Bronson Reed. This team is a frightening collection of raw power, explosive athleticism, and pure brute force. They are 5 wrecking balls ready to be unleashed inside that double cage. So, who wins this colossal clash? It's a tough one to call, but my prediction is going with Team Punk, Cody, and Roman to get the victory. Here's my reasoning. Historically, WWE rarely books Brock Lesnar to win these chaotic multi-man matches. He's the special attraction, the force of nature that causes mayhem, but he often doesn't need the final pin to look strong. More importantly, having CM Punk and Cody Rhodes stand tall as the survivors gives them tremendous momentum heading into Royal Rumble season and the road to WrestleMania. It positions them as the top baby faces in the company. As for the finish, I expect either Punk or Cody to get the decisive pinfall, most likely on a member of the opposing team who can absorb the loss without losing too much credibility, like Logan Paul or perhaps the younger Braun Breaker. This allows the main event stars to look strong while protecting the other top-tier talent. Next, we move to the women's War Games match, and believe me, this one is just as loaded with talent and incredible storytelling potential. On one side, we have Team Rhea Ripley, featuring the dominant leader herself, alongside the genius of the Sky, IYO Sky, the returning and unpredictable Alexa Bliss, the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and in the biggest news of all, the returning icon, AJ Lee. The sheer history in this team is mind-blowing. AJ Lee's return to a WWE ring, Alexa Bliss finally back in action, and seeing former rivals like Charlotte and IYO on the same side. This alone makes the match historic and a must-see event. Opposing them is Team Nia Jax. The irresistible force has assembled a truly formidable squad, including her powerhouse protege Lash Legend and the lethal Kabuki warriors Asuka and Kairi Sane. But the real curveball here is the 5th member, the man Becky Lynch. Seeing Becky join forces with her longtime rival Nia Jax is shocking, unpredictable, and adds a fascinating layer of intrigue. Are they on the same page? Can they coexist? This one is genuinely tougher to call than the men's match, but WWE generally loves a feel-good, strong babyface victory in the women's War Games. So, for my prediction, I'm putting my money on Team Rhea, AJ Lee, and Charlotte to win. The story is just too good. Specifically, I think AJ Lee is going to have a major, breakout comeback moment. This is her first big match back. And what better way to reestablish her as a top star than by getting the final pinfall in War Games? I could easily see her pinning someone like Lash Legend, giving her that huge, triumphant comeback spotlight. Of course, expect Rhea Ripley to look like an absolute monster throughout, dominating anyone and everyone who steps in her path. This victory would solidify her team as the top forces in the women's division. Now let's talk about some championship gold. We have the Intercontinental Championship on the line as the legendary John Cena defends against the much-improved Dominic Mysterio. Let that sink in. It's 2025, and John Cena, a 16-time world champion, is proudly holding and defending the Intercontinental title, bringing prestige back to the Workhorse Championship. His opponent, Dominic Mysterio, has grown leaps and bounds over the past couple of years. He's one of the most hated villains in the company, and this feud has been incredibly entertaining. But as much as Dom has improved, the idea of John Cena losing a major championship at a Big 4 pay-per-view just doesn't feel like the right story to tell right now. My prediction is that John Cena will retain the Intercontinental Championship. I fully expect Dom to put up a valiant, maybe even a career-best, fight. He won't go down easy. We'll almost certainly see some attempted outside interference from his Judgment Day-style allies, trying to stack the deck against Cena. But this is big match John we're talking about. The story is always that he overcomes the odds. In the end, I see Cena fighting through the interference, hitting a massive attitude adjustment, and getting the clean 1-3 to send the crowd home happy. Finally, we turn our attention to the Women's World Championship, where the defending champion Stephanie Vaquer takes on the challenger, Nikki Bella. Stephanie Vaquer has been one of WWE's absolute strongest and most impressive champions in recent memory. She is incredibly athletic. Her in-ring work is crisp and consistent, and she brings a fresh energy to the title scene. Bringing in Nikki Bella to challenge her is a smart move. It adds a huge amount of star power to the match and makes it a marquee attraction for a big show, like Survivor Series. However, this feels more like a special attraction match rather than a moment for a title change. Therefore, my prediction is that Stephanie Vaquer retains her Women's World Championship. Nikki Bella will absolutely push her to the limit. She's a veteran and a former champion in her own right, and she'll make Vaquer earn the victory. But the story WWE seems to be telling is the establishment of Stephanie Vaquer as a dominant, long-term champion. Having her defeat a Hall of Fame-level star like Nikki Bella on a huge stage is the perfect way to solidify her reign and prove that she belongs at the very top of the division. Vaquer wins, but both women will come out of this match looking stronger. And that officially wraps up our full predictions for WWE Survivor Series War Games 2025. It's going to be a night of chaos, returns, and championship drama. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Will Punk and Cody lead their super team to victory? Will AJ Lee have that magical shine in her War Games return? And does John Cena walk out of Chicago still the Intercontinental Champion? Drop all of your predictions and hot takes in the comments below. If you enjoyed the breakdown, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more WWE breakdowns, news, and fantasy bookings just like this. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all enjoy Survivor Series.